Hello. Sometimes there are just some things that have to be said. Even if it's saying the same thing I said over and over and over again from yesterday. Don't work with batch files if you can avoid it. Here's the last thing that happened to me. And again, it was hours and hours of pain. I'm working on these little things. I'm trying to make a thing to parse a command line, this assembler thing. And it's slow. It's slow to actually build the file because I've got to include all these extra little functions that I've made. Really what I want to be able to do is just compile these ones once, and then I know I can include them in the final binary output without having to make any modifications to that code. And I'm thinking, so what I need, at least minimally, is some way to fiddle with these numbers. Add or subtract something to these values. That even just in general, it would help a lot. Okay, so I started to think, well, going back to that other thing, whatever it was called. Here I used a kind of a piping method. I could echo something into one of these conv files, and then I could use the echo value, whatever was echoed in, and maybe I could use that to allow me to do what I want to do, which is if a line has a plus or a minus on it, I want to add or subtract. This is essentially what I end up with. And I thought maybe I could just quickly with the little assembler make that program. But things started adding up, and it was looking like it was going to take even more time, and then I had to add in more little functions, string functions and everything, and it's still slow. And so I went into the help. God help me. Set. Now I look at this thing, and it does adding and subtracting and stuff. Okay, well, that's pretty good, maybe I could just use this set, arithmetic set. And it said that even you can use this on the command line, and not only that, but if you put a 0x in front, you can use HEX. So I tried it. Let's see, I said set A equals 0x 2A plus 0x 97. Oh, /A. I thought, wow, my God, finally, something that actually works. I mean, it's trivial. Now I go into my batch file, but these things always have a catch. There's always a catch, and I don't know if you noticed it already. I go into my batch file, and wherever that line was, where I wanted to evaluate, where did it go? Doesn't matter where it went. Somewhere. Evaluate. Where is before that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. The thing is that the second part, the number 2 part, what I could do is I could all I care about is plus and minus. Okay, so whoops, new. So if it's like 200 plus 35a, right? First thing I do is I put a 0x in front of the whole thing, and then I replace either a plus or a minus. Let's say there's a minus here too. And I'm going to replace plus goes to plus 0x, and minus goes to minus 0x. And if I make those replacements, this is what I get. And it's just going to evaluate that, and now I've suddenly got that feature in my compiler. Great. So I go and do it, and I run it through a test example, and then I realize, oh my god, well, it's adding hex numbers, but it's returning them in base 10. I don't want that. I want it to stay in hex. Back to the help. I'm looking, and I searched everywhere for about half an hour, and I couldn't find any way to turn it back into hex. So, okay, fine. It's not that hard to convert to hex. It's a very easy procedure. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make a simple batch file, and here it's got a modulus, and it's got divide, and that's all I need. And then here, this is when the hell starts. First, make a little t.back. Okay, we'll start out easy. So, first the test, which I shouldn't have even started with. A% 1, I wasn't sure what to do with anything anyway. But anyway, I thought I would just echo 0 here. And then finish. Then, okay, now I know I have something. And then, I thought, alright, so I'll just set some number with the arithmetic equal to %1. Okay, maybe we can work out something with quotations later. And now, now all I gotta do is very easy. I just need to take the modulus and divide by 16, take the remainder. So I need to say something like if num %16. Well, I want to store that as the modulus, so I do something like set remainder num %16, and of course I wasn't sure exactly how that works. And back to the help. Oops. I read it very carefully, and it says, if you use the modulus operator, you need to enclose the string in quotes. Okay, non-numeric strings will be treated as environment variables. Sounds great, perfect. Okay, so num now is a number. So now I got to put this in quotes, and then I say if remainder is less than 10, then I got to build up some kind of result. Set result equals whatever I already have. I did this backwards at first. Plus the remainder. Great. And now that takes care of almost all the cases. So I figured, okay, then I'll just put an open bracket here, and then I can tell you how to do this. When you do these if-else things, you have to separate it like that. And now I have the remaining cases. If remainder equals 10, set result equals to result A, and so on. 5 of these. A, B, C, and so on. I figured, I'm pretty much done. And then I would say set num set slash A equals num divided by 16, and then go to next digit. Put a label up here somewhere. That's pretty much, this is going to work. I figured for sure. It can't go wrong. Maybe a test here for 0. I'll echo out the result. Great. Now you think that's going to work? We'll put the 0x here. First I just tried a simple number like 8. And everything's coming out zeros. What's going on? Oh, num 86. I don't even know what's going on with this one now. It's slightly different. In case, no matter what I tried, oh yeah, I was supposed to put this thing in quotes, so I didn't put it in quotes. But in the end, if I take the echo off here, I'm getting some kind of weirdo error. Oh, I get too many brackets. What's num 16? Num 16 is supposed to take the modulus, it said, but that's not working. And then, I tried all different kinds of experiments. It said I'm not supposed to put percents in here, but I tried putting the percents in anyway. Put an extra percent. Every possibility you could think of. There's just no way. And after about an hour worth of trying various t.bats, I gave up on that idea. Can't take the modulus. Alright, now I'm starting to get angry. Starting to get very angry. Because here I have a thing that adds up numbers, and all I want to do is convert it back to hex, and I can't get the remainder. I can't do arithmetic on it. But I calm down. I said, slow down now. It does do some arithmetic. You've seen it happen before. Now let's just make sure. So forget about errors. Set num equals %1 So slash A. Now let's see if we can divide by 6 or something. Make up a new, even make this local. None slash A divided by 6. See if that works. Okay, so far, leave this on for a minute. T56. Okay. Yeah. And then echo the result. See, now that works. So forget about the modulus stuff. I've got divide. Now, do I have multiply? Because this is all you need. If you can divide and you can multiply, you can convert from decimal into hex. I can multiply. Okay. Step 1 complete. Now, I need to figure out how to get the modulus, how to get the remainder. So now, you see how it goes down this path. Now we have call get modulus. First I gotta put this back. Okay, here's our initial number, which could be any expression. Now what I'd like to do is pass in my number. I'd like to give it a base value, 16 in this case. And I'd like to have it return me the value in a environment variable. We'll call it modulus. Okay. And we'll worry about building the result in a minute. Now, get modulus. So I'm just trying to do that percent. Now, how do you do that? If you have a number which has been passed in as %1, you can do this. Quotient, if you recall from before, the arithmetic, %1 divided by %2, which is the second thing passed in, right? That's our quotient. Set slash A. Now I called this, I don't know what I called this. IDivMul. Something. Set divMul equals quotient times the modulus value. Set the return value is 3 is going to be equal to the bigger of the two %1, the number I started out with, minus this. Return. Okay, now, question is that going to work? Okay, so first I'm calling get modulus with num, which is the thing passed in, 16, and it should print it out. And so I'll leave that on for now. T 15. Whoops, didn't work. %1 call get hey. Hang on a second. Give mo. I've done this wrong. You take the quotient and divide it by %2. Quotient is in fact 0. So %1 should have been, oh, I forgot. Arithmetic. Okay, try it again. See? 17. It's working. Now I got modulus, the modulus operator. I can start forgetting about this guy. Now that I've got I can do mod, A mod B. I can do convert to hex. And I want to pass in my number. And that's it. Oh, and a return value. Hex. Hex. Wow. But you see how this simple little problem has turned into a big complicated problem. And then I'm going to echo this when I'm done. Okay, now convert to hex. So first thing you're going to do is, well, you can check it. It's 0. Now I'm going to assume that I've already done all the checking for emptiness and stuff up here. In this case, I'm going to set %2 equals 0. You might as well say A and return. Okay, so now we have a non-zero thing. So first we need a result. Just to name it, just so we know what we're working with. And now we have a number that we're beginning with. Current on or something equals first thing passed in %1, which should be a number. I could say /a here, but this should work. Oh, we'll keep it with /a's. Okay. Now we say call get modulus of our number num. Didn't use the same. Let's call it hex num or decimal. So that's the number we pass in. And I want to do it like this, essentially. I don't need this part anymore. 16 and the remainder. Now we know this part works. Now, if remainder is less than 10, set result equals, and I did this backwards before, I'm going to do it forwards this time, remainder, and whatever we already have. Now instead of adding else's and everything, I decided to make it as simple as possible, leave no chance for error. And what the? If it's equal to 10, A. B, C, D, E, F. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so far so good. Now we're going to take away that 16, and we're going to go to some label, next digit, which would be, let's say, here, not there. And here we could say if that's equal to 0, then we can, then we got to return it. This for a function here, set, convert to hex, is going to be passed in a number %1 and %2 is what we're returning, equals the result. And we're done. And in fact, we should never get beyond here. Now, are we okay so far? So this is the function which converts to hex. Okay. What was passed in argument. Just say %1 for now. Next, now, is that it? I think so. I don't know if I've written this out right. I hope so. And get out of here. Now let's see what happens. T, 1, A, B. Well, oh yeah. We need to do the 0x thing. Okay, that worked. It certainly converted a hex number to hex. How about, oh, so we don't want that. We don't want to do it automatically. If I want hex, I'm going to have to do it by hand, but I already knew that, I expected that. That should work. Or if I wanted to find out what 100 is in hex, 64, or 200, has to be C8. But you see, now I got a little utility that converts not only numbers from decimal to hex, but it also can do other things, like I can add 5 by 6, plus 7, or brackets, and I can mix up hex and decimal. And it's done that great big computation and returned it to me in hex. Anyway, but you see, a simple thing like that turns into a great big mess. But in the end, you do end up with a little gift. And my little gift is this. Now I have a handy quick tool, faster than calc, that can do things in hex for me on the command line. And just wanted to tell you all about my horrible experience.